Hello, and welcome to what once used to be Ebony Tarot. Today, I'm going to be doing a little experiment for you guys, okay? This video is titled The Science of Hate. I thought that I would do a demonstration to show people. Now, this was inspired by the haters. So if you are a hater watching this, or if you are somebody that tends to have bad habits, bad tendencies, or if you are someone who's always on the receiving end of people who project their hatred, bad habits and bad tendencies onto you, hopefully this video will help you to see from a different perspective how those types of negative characteristics can affect people's energies, how effective it is energetically on other people, okay, how damaging it is, okay? So I thought, rather than because I have a very sharp tongue and I actually I made a video and then I decided not to upload it because I thought to myself, I'm a woman of like science and intellect, and all things Venusian. So I thought, sometimes you need to break things down in a different way, because when you kind of lower, even with me, it's not that I lower my vibration. It's just that I know that my tongue can be quite harsh, and when people are so used to taking offense to everything, it's very hard for them to digest what it is that you are saying, without their feelings getting hurt, even though those same individuals have no problem when it comes to hurting your feelings, okay? So I thought, rather than saying something that I know is just going to rub people up the wrong way, even though I genuinely don't care, I thought, let me just show people in a different way, okay? So now please bear with me because I thought of this idea, but I haven't practiced it. So I'm hoping that it's going to do exactly what I want it to do in my mind, because I just came up with the idea and I just thought this would be a good, experiment to do on my channel. But again, I haven't practiced this. So I'm not sure it's not that it's not going to work, it should work, but I don't know if it's going to go to plan, basically, okay? But again, that will be probably another thing for the haters to enjoy because they like when things go wrong. So we have here, this is red food coloring. And as you can see, I've written on here, haters/bad habits. So this red food coloring is going to represent haters, bad habits, toxicity, toxic vibes. This energy can be transmuted in, to kind of connect with various different things. I've done it inspired by haters, but this could just be anything that's toxic or that's bad, okay? So this is what I've labeled that. We then have a glass of water here, which reads purity and self-love, okay? So this glass is just to represent, a pure, kind soul. This could be somebody who's abstinent from sex or alcohol, or somebody who just doesn't overindulge in toxic things, or somebody who is a genuine, kind, loving person who has a lot of self-love and self-respect for themselves, okay? And as you can see, the size in this is really important. I want you to guys look at this, okay? So this is representing the energy, okay? So this huge glass here compared to this tiny bottle, okay? This is the haters, compared to this is how small and minute they are, okay? So this is important. And then the third one I added at the last minute, which I don't know is going to work. Like I said, I thought about this in my mind, but, we'll see how it goes. We've got like a medium one here, which reads cleanse/detox, okay? And I've put like half, I've filled it like halfway or just over halfway in this jug, okay? So what we're going to do, so this is all the haters, this is the bad energy, this is the toxic vibe. Now this is a very potent, strong, liquid here, okay? So even one drop, we're going to pour one drop of this into this beautiful, pure, divine energy, okay? Can you see? Now, even though this is a lot smaller and we poured a drop about this, we poured about a quarter of this liquid, right? Look how that has changed and contaminated itself. That was just one drop. I mean, I might have poured a little bit, you know, more than I intended to, but can you see the difference? Now, even though that's still a small container here, and this is a lot larger, can you see how this entire glass of water has been affected? It's practically the same color. Now, this is still a lot darker, but it's practically the same color. So this is how damaging toxic energy is to somebody who is of purity, somebody who is divine, somebody who practices self-love, somebody who does the right thing, you know, keeps themselves to themselves, or somebody that just operates from a loving and pure space. This is what happens. So when you are, you know, saying to a person, you know, ignore the hate or ignore this or just let it go, energetically, this is what it does to this pure, beautiful person's spirit. The hatred, the toxicity, the bad energy, the bad vibes. You know, this could represent like you having negative friends and you think, oh, I'm going to go out, you know, with that person just one time. It's only one drink. It's only one this. If you are someone that's carrying, remember, this is a big glass, you know, if you're carrying all this pure energy and you take one drop, look how much it changes your character. Look how much it changes your energy. Look how much it disrupts you. Negative energy is very contagious. It's very hard to ignore. And you can ignore it all you want, but to say that it doesn't affect you is a lie. This is what happens. This is why people attack innocent individuals. They attack people that are not doing anything wrong. And then what you find is that, because, you know, I can only speak, you know, I mean, I can speak for a lot of people, but I'm going to speak for myself because, you know, this is my channel or whatnot. Because people always like to act like they know me and they don't. So I'm going to speak for myself. Sometimes, for example, you could watch a reading. No, this could be me or other readers because I'm a channeler, not a reader. I don't know if I posted a video between the difference between psychics and readers. I think I meant to post it, but I don't know if it uploaded. But I'm a channeler, so I channel the vibrations of oh, see, look, I didn't even realize I stained myself there. I channel energy. I channel energy. So if I'm reading the cards and the energy is positive, I'll have a very positive demeanor. If I channel the cards and it's negative, I'll, you know, come across more negative and more agitated. Okay, because that's how the energy affects myself as a channeler. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? We have to absorb the energy in which we are reading in order to project it out to the audience to read the cards. When I am picking up a tarot card, I'm connecting with it. I'm not like a reader who will just, because, you know, anyone can learn how to read tarot, you know. I don't follow guidebooks. I don't do any of that stuff. I connect with the energy of the card. Whereas if I was just a reader, I would just read the energy. You know, like those readers who are really monotone and they don't have any energy when it comes to reading. They're just like, okay, you know, the King of Cups, someone loves you, this, that, and the third. Da, da, da. That's how they're reading, very flat, because they're not connected. I am a conduit, you know. I'm an avenue, a channel from the divine, from the ethers to the earthly realm, to you guys. So the divine, the spirits, whoever I'm connecting with channels through me in order to deliver you a message. Okay, so sometimes if you're watching readings and I'm like, or I'm like, you know, however I'm behaving, that is because of this energy that I'm channeling, or this energy that is being projected onto me. So for example, if there's someone in my audience and they don't like me, but they stay on my channel because they're doing energy work, harvesting, black magic, because that's what goes down in the tarot streets and in the tarot community, and you're thinking, well, what's going on? We've gone from this to this. people are projecting their negative energy onto me. And so I am then transmuting that energy and projecting it back out to them, back out to the audience. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? That's how easy it is to get affected by these people. And imagine you're one person that holds all this power, all this energy, all this purity, but you have thousands of toxic people around you. And remember, the toxic energy, this is how small it is. But imagine it comes in this size and there's multiple versions of it surrounding you. And you don't have any guides, you don't have any mentors, you don't have anybody that is helping you to transmute that energy. You're doing your protection work, you've got your spirit guides and your angels, but you generally don't have anyone. You're the hermit or the hermitess. You will be affected. You will have to take time away from that source or that energy that's projecting onto you, because there's only so much a person can take. Now, this is the detox cleanse. The idea I had in my mind was to pour some of that toxic energy out and pour it into this cup to see how long it would take to get the water back clear. But I mean, even thinking about it now, I don't think that will make sense. But you know, if you're trying to detox, for example, it's a little at a time. Now I poured a little bit, but you can see the water has turned pink. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So I'm pouring the toxic energy into a pure energy to try and filter it out. Now, obviously, if I had like a tube or something where I could like, but I don't have all the scientific stuff, okay? But now, even though I'm pouring stuff out and I'm transmuting my energy, it's still contaminated. I'm gonna have to get a bigger jar, a bigger jar of water, and keep pouring and pouring and pouring and pouring, and then getting fresh water and pouring until it gets back to how it originally was, which takes a lot of work. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? But even a small amount, remember, this was already diluted with water. So this is a mixture of negative and positive energy. Pouring out that negative energy and trying to flush it out, it's still contaminated. But it's a bit lighter. It's a bit lighter than this one. How many times are you going to have to keep pouring it out until, and even then, there's still going to be a tiny part of you that's still going to be affected. And that tiny part is what we call trauma. So this is people who, feel suicidal or have, mental thoughts where they just keep being reminded and things keep resurfacing and coming back to them. Whatever they had to go through, whatever bullying they had to go through, whether it's online, offline, in real life, it doesn't matter. Things can be mentally taxing. So once you filter yourself out, once you detox and you pour out all of that negative energy and you filter it through or whatnot, you're still going to have fragments of certain things. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? And, pure people, it's very easy, for them to, I'm not going to say it's very easy for them to get contaminated. It is, but it's very easy for them to attract those who want to contaminate, because people that are like this, they don't want to be around people like that because they're one and the same. They need to get rid of this energy. They need to pour it onto someone else. And what happens is they pour their energy into you while sucking out the nutrients. These are like what I call like parasites. Like the people on my channel that just watch but say nothing. And when I'm communicating with them, what would you like? No one answers me. But then as soon as I do something that they don't agree with, they come out. Parasites, leeches. They have no positive impact. Do you know what I mean? Just sitting there festering. This is why I was talking about how I love TikTok, because even if the haters are on TikTok, there's no time to hate. You could just view my profile. That is helping me to get views and to get support, because TikTok is run differently to YouTube. So YouTube, you can have like 10,000 people on your channel and only get 100 views, and there's 10,000 leeches just sitting there. They'll see you upload, You know, some people do that thing where, you know, like you can let a video play automatically without clicking onto it, and then the subtitles come out, because if you actually click onto it, it counts as a view. Some people will do that where they'll watch your video like that, but they won't click onto it because they don't want you to get that view, because then they know that if they view it, it's going to help with the algorithms and things like that. That's how sad people are. But you can't do that on TikTok. You view my video, you know, I've got people that keep viewing my profile, but they never like anything, but you always see them on every single video. I know that those are haters too. They're probably haters that came from YouTube, but I don't mind, because, you know, it's helping me to become successful, so I don't mind. But you know what I mean? There's a lot of parasites. And I was having this conversation with somebody the other day about, you know, how it is in the spiritual community. There's a lot of like witch doctors, or people that go to witch doctors, and, you know, there's a lot of toxicity when it comes to anything to do with the industry. And they like to project, and you see a lot of the people that are really successful, or really like you know, been doing this tarot game for time, and they're in the public's eye, and all of a sudden they have a meltdown, or they leave their channel for the while, and they come back, or they get really aggressive and stuff on their channel, and the viewers are like, oh, the innocent viewers, they're like, what's going on? Has that person lost the plot? No, it's this. Because there are hateful people out there that don't want to see people do well. They don't want to see people become successful. I'm not a negative person. I don't really have any negative arenas in my chart. You know, Astro was the one that read my chart. Like, I'm the my Leo energy is in the second decan, which is the 6 of Wands. I'm not the 5 of Wands, and I'm not the 7 of Wands, meaning I'm not a petty person, and I'm not a defensive person. I'm not here to kind of like what do you call it, block people. That's not my role. I don't do blocking work and try to compete. I'm the 6 of Wands, which means I'm supposed to be adored, admired, praised. Like, I'm supposed to you know what I mean, be up on my high horse with all my achievements and all my successes, period. That's Leo rising / Virgo rising, the 9 of Pentacles energy. Virgos don't have any bad cards in the tarot, and I've got a lot of Virgo placements, and all my Virgo placements in tropical, in Vedic, all my Virgo placements in Vedic is the same as the Libra. So I'm basically a Virgo in Vedic astrology, and I'm a Libra Virgo in, you know, Western or whatnot. But I've got I've got Venus in my 11th house, Venus in my 4th house. Like, I'm not a combative person. I speak the sword of truth, though. I can be that Queen of Swords energy if I want to, but that's just me being honest. But I'm a very loving person. I'm a very giving person. I'm so excited to share my deck with you guys, which I'll be doing in another video. But that video, I don't want to talk about that in this one. But this was just to show you guys how filthy, dirty, and negative people's energies can be, and how it can really affect a divine person's energy. It's not as simple as saying, oh, just ignore, because, you know, when you're fighting energy, that's a different thing. And this is why I always say that people they don't understand. And it's hard to explain to an audience that doesn't understand where you're coming from. It's hard to explain. And then all the haters, they understand, but they're not saying anything because they're not going to admit, well, you know what, I'm this, I'm that, and I'm the third. But it's like, you know, this is not a life for anybody. Now, even if we're talking about toxic habits and things like that, you're destroying yourself. You're destroying yourself. This is like people who, when they have a bad day, they go get their wine out, they go get their smoke, and they choose escapism in unhealthy ways in order to deal with something. This is what's happening to them. They're contaminating themselves. Then you reach a certain age and you've got all these health issues and you don't know why. Because you've been destroying yourself. You've not been finding healthy ways to manage difficult situations. Therefore, you can't, you're not mature enough to go down the avenue of conflict resolution. I done a video about that too, which I think I forgot to upload, okay? I've got so many things to talk about. But conflict resolution, the reason why a lot of people don't go down the avenue of conflict resolution is because the conflict is non-existent. The conflict resides in their own mind. So this is like people who don't like me. these are people who come to my channel and watch me. I don't know who the fuck these people are. I've never seen them, but they see me. But they don't like me. But yet they're on my channel. Now, they're not going to email me and say, do you know what? Can we just let bygones be bygones? Can we have a conversation? Because that wouldn't make any logical sense, because I've never had an argument with you. I've never come at you. So for you to try to resolve conflict between me and you would be dumb as fuck. Because you have to think to yourself, well, why am I so angry by her? Why am I resulting in trying to energy block and do all of this stuff? What has she done to me? Now, when it comes to other readers, they do that stuff to each other because, you know, readers, they read your chart and shit. Or they read your energy. So if they know that you're destined for success, in their mind, especially them American women, they do, I'm telling you, the way that they look at us from the UK, they look at us as foreigners. You know what I mean? I've spoken to loads of Americans, so I already know. They see us as foreigners. One American person I spoke to one time, they didn't even like see me as black. They were like, oh, well, you're not black, you know, you're British. I'm like, I'm black British though. My skin is black. I'm very confused. They see us as foreigners. So, you know, obviously with me, you know, and there's not many readers out here that are from the UK, especially not black readers. So, you know, the way they see it is like, well, who's this foreigner on our turf? Like, let's destroy her. You know, some of those American women have been the most envious, evil people I have ever come across in my life. I thought bitchiness was just a universal thing when it came to women, but them Americans, woi. And you know what, it's sad because I love Americans. Like, I love the accent. You guys always know I'm always, oh my god, and da-da-da. I'm always like embracing their culture because I'm just obsessed. Like, I always said from when I was younger, like, I will marry an American. Like, I'm going to marry somebody who has an American accent. They're like, oh my God, Leonie. I'm like, oh my God, like, yeah, say my name. Like, yeah, it's like, do you know what I mean? Like, oh my goodness, good golly gosh. I could just imagine, like, sorry guys, let me just see. I'm getting here just talking about it. I'm just getting here and talking about it. But that's how they treat me. I've tried to be friends with other readers. I've tried to be friends with some Americans that have reached out to me and things like that, and it always turns sour because they don't see me as an equal. It's not, there's no sisterhood. There's no, like, you know what, we were brought up in a different place, but we're still of the same skin tone. You know what I mean? We still have the same background. Everybody came from Africa anywhere, okay? The Asians, everybody. Learn your history and do your research. That's a conversation for a different day. You want to know why Asians' eyes are chinky and slanted? That's to do with the weather and sand going into their eyes. It's to do with the climate. When different people migrated to different areas, their body adapted to their environment. That's why some people have straighter hair and some people have thicker hair. But we're not going to get into that today because that's not what this video is about. But I just need to know that I just need people to know I'm not stupid. I'm a very intelligent person. Very intelligent. And this negative energy that keeps getting projected on me is forcing me to display myself in a way that I'm not always proud of. And like, I see, sorry guys, my goodness. I see other readers go through the same thing, and sometimes it melts my heart because it's like, I understand it. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? When you see your favorite reader and it's like, they're getting really like upset and angry in their readings, and you know what is happening to them because you're experiencing it yourself, and they're like top readers, like, well, I'm not even at that level yet and I'm already getting this. Like, I understand what's happening. Do you know what I mean? I understand the ugliness that is behind the tarot streets. I understand it, but it's just sad that it has to come from my own individuals when really all I'm trying to do is be revolutionary. I'm life path number 1. I'm just trying to make a change. I'm trying to make a difference. I'm trying to promote Black people in a positive way, which I've been doing for years. A lot of the stuff I see people talking about now, I was talking about 5 years ago. I've always been ahead of my time. And because of the way that I look, I feel like it's the way that I look, because that's the only thing, because I don't even think of myself like I'm all that in a bag of chips. That's the only thing I can really see that is the issue based on the comments that I get. It's never taken seriously. Like the other day I said something to somebody, right? And they came back and they're like, oh, you know what my friend said? And I said, but I've said that to you. I've been saying that to you. Why do you hear it when your friend says it? What is the difference between me and your friend? And that happens in relationships, family, friends. It doesn't matter. There was someone I was dating and I was telling that person for time, you need to stop speaking to that bitch because she's doing energy work. She's doing this. They just would not listen to me. Oh, they wouldn't do this. They have Taurus in their chart. Do you know the majority of people that have come at me on my channel has been Taurus? It gets to the point where, like, I don't even believe in astrology. Like, no, I do. But it got to the point where I stopped believing in astrology, or I was getting to that point because I was thinking to myself, there's supposed to be these types of characteristics. You know, Taurus is supposed to be a peaceful sign. Scorpio, on the other hand, is different. So, you know, and it's the fire signs are supposed to be more on the combative, competitive type-ish. But I have never been disrespected, and I've got a very good memory from what I can remember on my channel. I have never been disrespected by a fire sign ever. Not Leo, not Sagittarius, not Aries. I can't think of one reading where someone has come at me. But Taurus, though, the sign of peace, or not the sign of peace, but the peaceful Venusian sign. They're about their money and their stability. They don't have time to kind of, like, do you know what I mean? Go back and forth with you. Libra is supposed to be the sign of balance and equilibrium. Those signs that I love and adore, those energies that I embody, are the ones that give me the most hate. And Cancers, nurturing, loving, compassionate. I get bitchy comments from them. All the signs that you would think, you know, if it was coming from Leos, Scorpios, and them type, I'll just think, okay, whatever, it's their energy in it. They're just mad. But they don't, you know what I mean? And then like I was saying on TikTok, I get so much love from those signs. So I don't understand what it is. That's why the other day I had to say, like, you know, Libras are haters, and then loads of people have been unsubscribing. Good, let the trash take itself out, because you can't handle the truth. You can't face yourself, and this is you. This is your negative energy that you're projecting onto everybody else because you don't know what to do with it. Purify yourself. There's no reason to be so hateful, especially, you know, you're connecting when you think, wow, my gifts must be so powerful because I'm able to reach people from all over the world. You know what I mean? The United States is the top viewing audience that I have. But so much hate. It's kind of like, I can imagine how, you know, foreigners or people that go to different lands, you know, like when they first move to a country, and I can just imagine their hatred and the seclusion that they get when they go there, because everybody kind of views you as an outsider. And imagine having to go through that on the internet, and people say, oh, it's just the internet. This is energy work, darling. There are things as witch doctors and juju out there, you know. You think it's just the internet. You'll be speaking to someone who reaches out to you thinking that this person is coming to befriend you, or you know what I mean? That same person that's reaching out to you, that's telling you how much they love you, that's the same person that's doing work on you, because they have to have a conversation with you. They have to they need to connect with your energy in some type of way, so that the energy work, the magic is strong. People will book readings with you that fucking hate you because they want to know how you read. They want to see how good your gifts are and shit. And then you'll see certain negative energy coming out in the reading, and you'll feel like, is this directed towards me? But you know, I'm just going to read the cards. There's a lot of shit that goes down, you know. Like, you need to know how to protect yourself. And I know how to protect myself. But the thing about it is, like I said in my other video, I don't want to be on some 7 of Wands, 5 of Wands shit when I come on my channel. I want to be the sun, which is what my birth card is. This is why I say to people, go and check your birth cards, because people like to take ownership of energy which they believe that they are. But the energy that actually will tell you what you are, you type on the internet, birth card calculator. It's kind of like your birth chart, but it gives you your own tarot cards. Some of you may find that your birth card is the Tower. Then you understand yourself, well, this is why I'm so destructive. Let me read up about what it says and how do I maintain that? My birth cards are rare. The Wheel of Fortune, the Sun, and the Magician. You can type that up on the internet and find out. That's rare birth cards to have. If any of you have rare birth cards like me, welcome to the chosen group, okay? A lot of my stuff about my chart and about my existence is rare. So I understand why I'm being picked on by a lot of people, but I'm not okay with it. I'm not okay with coming on here and being picked on. I don't see why. It's like, oh, we'll turn your comments off. Why? Why should I have to turn the comments off? You know, people who turn their comments off, they turn their comments off because they are affected by the comments. That's why they turn them off, because they know that they don't actually want to look at their comment section and see that everybody's being mean as fuck, because it's mentally taxing and mentally damaging. But then if you turn the comments off, you're disabling the people who actually are actually supportive, who actually want to tell you how your energy is helping them. You know what I mean? My channel isn't a business. This was a channel for me to be able to share my gifts and my talents. This was supposed to be a safe place. I understand that once you put yourself on the internet, however, you know, shit is going to come towards you. I understand that. I used to get that from my IG and when I was at popular on Instagram back in the day, on my old account. And I used to refer to the haters as the Megs. And all my supporters would join in and call the Megs and the trolls and everything like that. Do you know what I mean? But that was a different thing. I was doing like banter and stuff then. You know, so, but even when I was fucking with the big banter pages and stuff, and I was in like banter groups and they would like talk about each other and like take pictures of people and like, you know, be in the chat chatting shit about each other. And I just thought to myself, if this is what if this is what it's like being popular, I don't want to be in it. I drew myself away from that world because I don't want to backstab other people and betray people and make groups of how do we sabotage this person because they're doing well. There's room for everybody. The internet is a very big place. I don't understand the whole concept of trying to sabotage someone and trying to stop them going from their purpose, because why do that when you can just stay in your own lane and focus on progressing? Why do you have to try and stop somebody else? How is that attention going to be taken away from you? Like, that's what I don't get. I don't understand it. Like, you know, there's room for everybody and everybody gravitates towards different people. There are billions of people in the world. You know what I mean? So to try and kind of like get one over on each other or stop each other or stop each other's growth because of your own insecurities over people that you don't know personally, to me is crazy. But it does affect people. Energy work is real. You know? And that's what people keep doing to me on my channel. They keep doing energy work on me. They keep projecting on me. And I don't have anyone that really supports me. Like when I try to make friends, like I said, with tarot readers and they tell me the game, then they abandon the friendship or they run. Or then sometimes I think, has it been you the whole time that was doing work on me? Because, you know, why are you abandoning the friendship? Are you afraid of my success? You don't want me to be big like you? Like, I thought we were out here to support each other. I have never spoken negatively about any reader on my channel. Anytime a reader's name has left my mouth, it's always in a positive way to demonstrate how they've either helped me or to talk about how amazing their work is. I've shared readers on my channel. I've shared their videos. I've been supportive. People don't show me the same courtesy. I don't understand why that is, but I'm not about that life. I'm not about that toxic shit. I'm just not about it. I don't understand why these types of people are even reading for the collective. But I'm not about the toxic shit. And I don't see why I'm not going to allow my audience to control me and to control what I do on my channel. You know, okay, if I want to have a peaceful day on YouTube, so I'm going to have to turn the comments off and I'm going to have to do... Why should I have to do all of that? And like I said in my other video, like if it was a thing where it was 50% love and 50% hate, I wouldn't mind, because at least that's balance. I'm a woman of balance. There can't be love without hate. I get it. But when it's kind of like the hate is up here, the love is down here, the support is here, you know, when shit stops making sense and I have to keep coming out of my character, that's when I'm gonna go. And like I said, I don't really care about the comments or whatnot as such, but it's the energy work that is being done, and it's also the people that I have made friends with outside of tarot that have turned on me. That's where it hurts, because some people I've told personal things to, like things I've been going through at the time. And that same Cancer bitch, I know you know who you are. You know, she was like my Cody. I remember when my mum wasn't very well and she sent me these healing rituals or these healing music or something for me to listen to. She bought one of my decks and everything. Then the other day she wrote something really disgusting on my channel. And I didn't even retaliate. I just deleted it and I blocked her channel. Then she came on her other channel and started saying goddess this and goddess, started being nice. And I thought, you could have just messaged me. You didn't need to say that and to try and embarrass me on my channel, because she tried to make a channel for cancer readings and nobody was watching her. When I went on her channel, one of her first videos, the comments were turned off. I thought, you've turned the comments off because you know how mean people can be. And you have decided to demonstrate that mean hate behavior, which you're avoiding on your own channel and coming on my channel and being mean in my comment section. And then the following week, trying to come up on your other channel when your face is on both of your channels. So I don't know what she was trying to do, acting like I didn't see what she just said to me the other day, and then coming on my love channel and you know what I mean? And to this day, I still haven't got an apology or an understanding as to why she came at me like that. But she must have thought I didn't see her comment, or she must have thought that I didn't realize it was her. And I thought to myself, like, wow, like me and you, like we were cool. And I thought that's why she ghosted from me for a long time. She was one of the people that was doing energy work. And then she's on my readings like, oh, goddess, oh, this. Don't call me no goddess, because 2 weeks ago, you said something really nasty and hurtful on my comment section. Now, if I didn't know her personally, I would just be like, well, that's a hate. I don't know her personally, but I know her enough to I know her enough for her to reach out to me personally. Do you know what I mean? She could have emailed me and had a conversation, but she didn't. She tried to humiliate me on my page and then felt bad about it and tried to show love. And this is what I can't do, these psychotic bitches where 1 minute they're nice and the next minute they're mean for no reason. I have said or done nothing to you personally. I've had to block people who keep making new accounts just to come on my channel to just try and ruin my beautiful energy. And it will always be on a reading that's positive. You know, like when the reading is negative and you think, okay, I understand why the person is angry. But when I'm in a good mood and the energy is good and the reading is good and someone has to make a negative comment, why? And then when I'm in my thing, I'm like, what you're not going to do is come at me in my comments. Why do you think I say all of that stuff? I'm stopping people in their tracks. Listen, this is not the channel to come here and spread your hatred. If you don't like me, you need to keep it moving. People need to get in line. Period. It's now resulted into the point where I'm not even reading on this channel anymore. But that's your loss because you're still here. So obviously I have something that you want. It's your loss. It's not my loss, because this was never supposed to be a business. This was just about me sharing my gifts and trying to support and to help people. And all I ask is for people to support back. That's all I asked for. And people couldn't even do that. And that's fine. But this contaminated energy, as small as it is very effective. And this, I don't want to be around this anymore. I just don't want to be. And people don't want to look in the mirror. They don't, there's no sisterhood. There's no, you know what I mean? People don't want to see you do well. People want to see you do well, but not better than them. Everybody's always in fear of each other's success. I really don't understand why that is. I really don't. Or people only support people who's popular or who's, oh, do you know what? I have to go. That's my deck. So I'm going to do another reading, another video to show you guys my deck, because my deck's here. I need to go. Toodles.